give hats off to them because despite them losing early on in the DreamHoN Online Summer Championships and having some other frustrating losses, they're sticking with it. And I love to see teams that stay with each other because it will only make you grow. It will only make you stronger. And so, yeah, big props to them. But we actually are in the second game, and it has begun with already the locking phase in motion. So
let's go ahead and go into it, guys. We have game number 2 here between QsQ and ORGE Esports. QsQ is on the Legion side, and ORGE is on the Hellborn side. As you said, the locking phase has indeed started. But the phase before that, the blind band stage, we're looking at Ophelia and Wild Soul by our Legion side, and then Ophelia and Tundra from ORGE Esports. Only 3 bans this time around. It's a result of Ophelia, of course, overlapping here with these 2 teams. But Ophelia, Wild Soul, and Tundra as the 3 that are banned. You know, again, it's kind of hard to argue against really any of those there.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think they want to play against Tundra again. Now, if you remember last game, Tundra was still in that lock pool, and ORGE Esports did have the opportunity to pick him up if they wanted. I did agree with their pick on Tempest. I actually did like their drafting a little bit more that game.
Yeah.
I just think they got outplayed, honestly, with QsQ playing very effectively. The roam onto Tempest early just completely dominated him early on. He could not do anything. He could not recover from that. Specifically, good job by Mali playing that Parasite. Got the extremely fast Codex level, or sorry, it was minute 11. He actually could have purchased it. I think he got it around minute 12.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, really good job by him. The locking phase is almost over. We got Pharaoh. Actually, interesting lock right there because he was blind banned last game by ORGE Esports, but he is first locked by SQY. Followed up from locks from Mr. Ghost as Bubbles and Wretched Hag. And then, of course, Voodoo Jester yet again. And Plague Rider locks. And the final lock is Pebbles from Mr. Ghost.
You know, you've talked about it. It seems like Suicide heroes lately are becoming very powerful blind band heroes, if not right away locked heroes. You know, like your Bubbles, like your Tempest, you know, heroes like that. Pharaoh definitely fits a Suicide role. I mean, that's kind of the role that you can definitely see him play as. So QsQ clearly values Pharaoh very highly. The fact that he was blind banned by ORGE the first game and now locked first here from QsQ357. And, you know, with them locking it first, I got to think maybe even the chance of them picking it up first, of course, is pretty high when it comes to that picking stage in the lockpick stage. So, man, Pharaoh, you know, again, a solid hero, but definitely don't see him as that just a highly regarded hero. But QsQ, they are known for doing some unique things, and of course they are coming off a Game 1 victory, so it is hard to kind of question them at this point in time. But the overall lock pool, yeah, we got Pharaoh, Bubbles, Wretched Hag, Voodoo Jester, Plague Rider, Pebble. So speaking of Suicide, really 4 out of those 6 heroes, very powerful or possible Suicide potential. Yeah, strong lock pool once again here.
Yeah, I was going to mention that too, lots of Suicides, and that seems to be the strategy that most teams have implemented is locking Suicides so that you don't get to one of those freak out moments where it's like, oh god,
yeah,
now how are we going to lane this? They picked the hero that we wanted or something like that. But if you secure a number of Suicides, and you can basically do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And that's a strategy I think that's been really picked up lately here. But the bans have actually almost finished here. Draconis, Jeraziah, Demented Shaman, Tempest ban actually coming out from Mr. Ghost, and one more ban available from each side. It is Parasite for SQY. What will it be from Mr. Ghost? There's a number of options. There's very, very strong support still left in that pool, as well as a number of hard carries, but they go with the Keeper of the Forest ban. I mentioned that before the cast even begun, that they do value junglers, and they do value Keeper of the Forest and regard him as one of the best junglers.
Yeah.
And he's actually seen a little bit more play as of lately. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Keeper of the Forest, but it's still got great team fight potential, I'll tell you that. It's just very easy normally to lane against a Keeper of the Forest strategy. But nonetheless, he is banned, and there's a first pick Dark Lady coming out for QsQ.
I was going to say, and as you put it, I mean, definitely a lot of carry potential still left on the board with really Draconis being the only one banned. So Dark Lady snap picked really by QsQ357. That is their go-to carry of choice. You know, with a pickup like that, I always do wonder a little bit, because there is the Dark Lady, the Mage Bane, the Silhouette, and even Forsaken Archer, is it worth spending your first pick on the Dark Lady, or would it rather been worth spending on maybe the Glacius, who's just a very powerful go-to supporter, or even the Luna, something like that? I mean, what do you think? Do you think it's fine with the Dark Lady?
That's an amazing point. I agree with you to some extent. I do think that with all those carries still on the board, with them available, I do want to mention that Fade has gone unbanned, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of interesting. Normally, we actually have seen her banned a lot by most of the teams here playing in this tournament because he's just so difficult to deal with. The ganks are very, very strong. You have to buy lots of Wards of Revelation or supports that you don't want to spend. So, but she is unbanned. So I was going to say, yeah, I do agree with you. I think that you can have the freedom to pick a support. But that being said, there's still lots of supports in the pool, too. So both, Glacius, Luna, and Nymphora are still in the pool. Andromeda as well is there. Not the strongest laning support, but definitely a very, very strong late-game support. Probably the best, to be honest, and would work really well with that Dark Lady. But something tells me I feel like we're going to see a Luna here. I would love to see a Luna Behemoth. It synergizes so well. But, yeah, let's talk about a little bit Orange Esports. They go with the Torturer Magnus. So that seems to be, to me, more of Orange Esports style. Very, very aggressive heroes in the laning phase.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And again, Torture seems to be kind of a niche hero with some teams. Of course, TT Esports and, well, Swindlemelons, really, in this case, Pikachu, for this event at least. Of course, teams that are known to pick him up and do play very well with him. So, of course, Orange Esports kind of following that suit. But, yeah, you're right. Torture Magnus definitely speaks aggression right off the bat. So, and that really seems to be the valuable playstyle by Orange Esports, the really successful is the word I was looking for. So, QsQ357, though, their final 2 picks, regular picks, that is, 20 seconds left and counting, so they're using a bit of extra time here to ultimately decide who they're going to go with. As you said, I mean, there's a Luna, Glacius, Nymphora, all 3 of the top-tier supports are still on the board even to be picked up, and sure enough, Glacius Luna is going to be picked up here by QsQ357. So a team that likes to run Voodoo Jester as a support pick, even over other supports from time to time. Of course, he is in that lock pool, but they go with the Glacius Luna. So far, I mean, look at QsQ's lineup. That's a strong start for them.
Yeah, something tells me they're going to go for a first pick Pebbles. I can just feel it. With that huge, strong laning presence of a Luna Glacius, I feel like they can get away with 2 very strong dual lanes.
Yeah.
And there's the Mage Maid pickup from Orange Esports, so they have the late game secured with that. I would expect a Pebbles here, honestly. Neither team is going to be able to draft a jungler. That is, they're all unavailable. Of course, Tempest being banned, Keeper being banned, Parasite. They're actually all banned. So the only junglers available really are something like a Legionnaire, maybe a Roman Cthulhu. But there's the Pebbles pick, as I suspected right there. Probably going to do a Pebbles dual lane mid, a dual lane bottom with Dark Lady and a Luna, my guess. And then, of course, you have tons of suicide heroes in that pool already to deal with. Basically, 4 of them can. I would
it has
say
to be Pharaoh. I mean,
yeah, for Q Squad anyway.
The way it was banned the first game by Orange, blind ban, and then locked straight up for your Q Squad. I really think it's. I know you look at Bubbles, you look at Plague, got a lot of potential there, but it just has to be Pharaoh, I would think. Bubbles is going to be one of the picks over here from Orange, and now with the final pick coming up,
Plague.
It looks like is you think it's going to be Plague? They got 20 seconds left, so choosing some time here. Now, Nox is actually making a very good point there. As they take the Pharaoh away from Q Squad. So they say, we know you like this hero. We'll go ahead and take it for ourselves. And I'm sure they have a player that can play just fine. Whoever is going to play, maybe it is going to be WTF, but that's got to be a little bit of a slap in the face to Q Squad there. So maybe they're going to end up picking Plague now.
I think Q Squad's. I think Q Squad's going to have the last laugh, honestly. I mean, look at the lanes from TTE. Sorry, I looked at WTF again. His tag is throwing me off.
I still don't get that. But
but look at the lanes from Orange Esports. They're going to have, like, a support Bubbles. Like, I'm guessing Torture, Magnus, Solo Pharaoh, and then, or maybe, like, Bubbles Pharaoh and Solo Mage Bane. I don't know. Their lanes are really, really, really awkward, don't you think?
Yeah, that I did not even notice until you just brought it up right there. You're very, very right. I mean, I would have to think it's going to definitely be a Torture support, maybe with like a Torture and Mage Bane I guess probably going to try lane Torture, Magnus, Mage Bane, and then Bubbles and Pharaoh solo is what I would think. But
yeah, I agree with you. I mean, that's pretty much the only way they could do that.
Yeah,
it's awkward. The only way I say this is awkward to me. I really hate seeing supports Magmai. I'll say. I just feel like he benefits so much more from having early farm, having that early portal key, not waiting until it's like 35 minutes to kind of scrounge up a portal key on him. But yeah, so they're probably, like you mentioned, going to have that tri-lane with the Mage Bane, Torturer, and Magnus, solo Pharaoh, solo Bubbles. And then from the bottom, Q Squad side, all 5 heroes are actually marching up here to get this ward off effectively. They might even do a tri-lane now that I think about it, but it's probably going to be that Suicide Plague right in the top lane. Jonas Fan has bought Suicide items, and then I'm guessing a dual lane Glacius, Pebbles mid, and then maybe a Dark Lady Luna bottom. But they have a lot of freedom in their lanes.
Yeah, all 5 coming up here from Q Squad. So yeah, definitely looking to pick a fight here. Of course, also get down the Ward of Sight, which currently are on Glacius. By the way, there was an interesting point made in chat there during the selection stage. Nox did bring up the point that apparently he is Horsespell. And so he was just actually on his other account. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that before. I've known Horse, but I recognize the name. By the way, Stalagmite's completely missed right there as the freeze also happened on a Magnus, but he escapes. Oh, they completely split targets right there. They were unsure of who exactly to go for, and that proved to be the fatal mistake there. Not fatal, I guess, but the mistake for QsQ357 as they did not get a kill out of it. So
the unfatal mistake.
The unfatal mistake. There you go. That's I guess the word I was looking for. Yeah. So solid attempt there, I guess. But yeah, it's unfortunate for Q Squad that had all 5 up there. Stalagmite's even used, but did not get the kill in the end. So
okay, so Nox is Horseville then.
Apparently.
Just played on a different name for fun, or
I guess that maybe just they didn't even realize or whatever. But I guess sometimes that happens. But yeah, I was not aware of that until now. So hey, learn something every day, I guess. Nox is Horseville.
Yep, and we are going to see Torture is actually kind of sitting around here in the mid. So a Bubbles Torturer dual lane mid? Question mark? I've never seen this before, but maybe they've already decided, or already, I should say, presumed that this Pebbles, or they would have a dual lane mid with this Pebbles, whether it be Glacius or Luna.
Magnus just roaming? I mean, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's going to be a solo Magebane up here, basically against this Plague Rider. Magnus is going to be hanging out in the woods, and
just chilling.
And we're gonna have a Suicide Pharaoh here being played by WTF. I do know that he plays Pharaoh from time to time and plays it quite well. But basically, Darklead is gonna get a complete free farm. Magebane, hopefully the same works out for him, but he is up against a Deny. He's also up against a Plague Rider, who's very, very strong in a solo 1v1 situation.
And he doesn't have a shield either.
And who doesn't?
Magebane.
What?
So.
That seems very interesting to me. If Plague decides to just pummel auto attacks in, Magebane is going to take a lot of harass. He's going to go for an early life tube, I presume. But yeah, this lane mid also, lots of crazy things happening from Orange Esports side. I can't say I've ever seen this, nor did I see this coming.
Yeah, I mean, Orange, I will say this, I mean, definitely through as history has proven to us, I mean, Orange is definitely one of those teams to do some unique things and some crazy things from time to time. So I guess in that aspect, maybe not taken back but as much by it, but still, it's definitely just kind of odd up here now. Magebane did eventually purchase a shield. He actually went to the side shop. Whether that was because he realized it was just going to be too much or that was the plan all along, he does go to the side shop and get a shield. Magnus was also joining him a little bit, but again, it's double melee versus a Plague Rider. And it's not like it's a double stun melee or anything like that. It's a Magnus with a stun, very short-range stun, mind you, especially at level 1 with a Magebane that can blink in and auto-attack a mana burn. So this is something here. I am very intrigued, as I'm sure you are, to see how this Bubbles Torturer fares. Luna's going to try to protect the top room. Nice job by Magnus, though. He's actually going to snipe it in front of Luna, and Luna's actually in a lot of trouble. Chain reactions from Mr. Gulls. It is going to land right there, and Luna may very likely fall as a result. Magnus has a Lava Surge in 2 seconds. The regen will put him up. He doesn't even need it. Shuyu picks up the Bloodlust kill, and Orange Esports will start on top as a result of that. So, hey, odd lanes, but they get the Bloodlust kill.
I got to say, I have no clue in hell how the hell that that chain reaction stun hit. It did not look like it hit.
Odd, yeah.
But I would be pissed if I was Molly, to be honest. But nonetheless, he gets the stun. Good job by Mr. Ghost in particular there, as well as the entire squad right there. But they do get the Bloodlust. It does go to Shuyu, playing that Magnus. It's probably the best that he gets it, since he's not going to be doing too much this game, at least at this stage. But it's going to be, they're going to switch it around, maybe put some farm on this Magnus here in this mid lane, and Torture is actually going to find herself walking up top. There's the Stalagmite stun from Pebbles, but nothing to really follow up with that. Just a little bit of harass and chip damage onto these heroes. But yeah, some really, really weird lanes and setups coming out from Orange Esports.
And Magebane actually picks up a Trinket. I wonder if he's going to sell it. He picked up a Trinket of Restoration. I know players do this from time to time. They'll pick up a regen and then sell it before they still at full price. But he's keeping it. I mean, I've never seen that. I've never seen a Trinket of Restoration purchased by a side lane carry hero like that. As Bobbles in the middle lane, nearly dropping right there. The power throw is also very well placed by Luna right there, but just not enough damage. Now some turnaround potential coming out. Magnus, he's looking to stun a nice job with the shell serve actually by Bubbles, and the auto attacks may do in style right here. The Song of the Sea used, and down goes Magnus. Good job with the destroy at the last second from Magnus, and actually Luna's down a lot of trouble. She's going to power throw for the goal. She makes it. Great sidestep from Magnus, and it ends up being a team double tap. So we are just having some odd things happening here on Orange Esports Malaysia, but they are up 3-0 in hero kills, and now 4 minutes into this game. So it's working. Something's working here.
I mean, Darklead is still getting complete free farm, and I would imagine she's farming much better than Magebane. Yes, she is. She's actually 28-12 compared to it. Actually, Bubbles in a lot of trouble. Does not sidestep that one, unfortunately. Molly picks up the kill. Very, very revenge kill, if you ask me. But yeah, Magebane 13-8. Nox playing that Dark Lady 31-13. That's really the biggest factor. Yes, they are up in hero kills 3-1, but still, if you look at the golden experience, it's definitely in favor of Q Squad. And I bet that's just going to continue to rise because despite Orange getting these kills, they're not really farming anything. So they're getting kind of lucky on these exchanges, but they need way more than that at this point. Actually, Magebane, yeah, I really don't know about this trinket, or this, is that what it's called, the trinket of restoration. I'm not quite sure about this, and obviously it's not enough to keep him in lane. Actually, Magebane's going to have to fall all the way back. That is the last thing you want on your hard carry.
Oh man, that would have been. I'm sorry, that would have been hilarious to have. But I was like, because Magnus nearly died to yellow creeps there in the jungle because he was being blocked by his teammate. He was actually trying to run away, and Torture was standing in the way, not allowing him to actually get out. So he nearly died to yellow. I don't know. I'm completely baffled right now. What's going on? But the fact that they have a hero lead is one thing in its own. But you are right. I mean, that is just one phase of course, many aspects as far as stats go, and it is definitely still a lead for Q Squad, despite the 3-1 hero kill advantage for a Hellborn team. And it does start with Dark Lady here, being played, of course, by Nox, a.k.a. Horsespell, apparently. Pharaoh's going to get jumped on right here. The Dark Blades are activated. The freeze coming out from Glacius. And Pharaoh really didn't stand a chance from the beginning right there. So good initiation happening. And all of a sudden, Dark Lady is nearly 400 gold per minute now, just about 390 here. As Magebane is just struggling. He's barely staying alive over 200 GPM himself. So yeah, this is really turning out to be a really scratch-your-head game right now. Glacius is going to get caught here by Magnus, as you're talking about. Chain reactions will hit. The auto attack's being used. There goes the agonizing bonds. And Mr. Ghost will pick up the final auto attack, but they need a sidestep right here. Shuyu does not. He gets caught by the Stalagmites. Chuck in the air. The Partho, it is going to be canceled out. Will the Partho still land? Oh, you know he's going for it. He's going for it. Yes, it will. Shuyu is not able to get away from that. And Mr. Ghost did all that he could. I mean, with the top lane, Plague got a little bit of pressure from Bubbles here, but in the end, he'll be fine.
Yeah, some interesting back and forth play down in the bottom rune here, but Male is able to snipe out and very accurately at that and get some revenge kills right there. Pebbles having a great time, I'm sure. Let me check out his CS. He's 28 and 11. Let's compare that to the hard carry farming Magebane, who's still only 23 and 10, had to walk all the way back to base. Despite even still picking up that Trinket of Restoration, still has it. Bought some additional regen on top of that, some more trees. This is gold that you do not want to be spending on that. You want to be spending on well, we typically, like 100% of the time, okay, 99% of the time, we see a first item Rune Dak or Rune Cleaver, and you do not want to spend all this gold on consumables because you just get that much later.
Yeah.
So, yeah, kind of interesting, and now he's kind of going back and forth between the jungle. So is Magnus. This is just some really awkward and weird play from Orange.
It goes back to initially you were like, I am a little bit confused with what they're going to do with lane. I mean, you definitely look at it, and it's maybe not the most obvious, but in the end, running that tri-lane possibility with the bubble solo, with the Pharaoh solo, it's doable. It definitely is. And sure, Magnus may eventually have to rotate to the mid to support Bubbles, but still, that's doable. But with what they did, I mean, it just makes no sense. I mean, a Torture Bubbles lane and Magnus just really roaming around there. They are going to sit on the Pebbles right here, and Pebbles will actually fall, so a good kill coming out for Orange there. But a lot of dive happened. They used quite a bit of abilities, but they are going to come through with the kill, and it looks like everyone will stay alive when it's all said and done. So that's, again, some okay news there for Orange Esports, saying when everyone's saying good news, because they are still definitely in a little bit of a hole here early on. But yeah, I just don't understand the thinking in the end from Orange Esports, because at the very least you would have had a Torturer babysitting this Magebane, and he would have been getting free farm as well. That would have been the goal, and he would have been at least close to Dark Lady. That's not happening, though, because of how they decided to go about their lane setup. And you see Magebane taking a Contagion nuke right there. He's down to half life. He's forced to eat another tree, and his farm is just so minimal right now. He does have 1,300 gold saved up, but again, it's nowhere even remotely close to a Dark Lady who's nearly 400 gold per minute now.
Has over double Magebane's CS, by the way.
Yeah.
And yeah, Magebane can't even sit in this lane right now. This Plague is totally out-leveling him. I'm going to even check out Plague's farm. Plague's farm! 32 and 23 CS. So it's even higher than Magebane's. This is just not what you want to have happen. I feel like, no offense to Orange Esports, but I feel like they're kind of playing this as if it's a mid-wars, in the sense that they're not caring so much about farm as they just kind of want to get kills.
Yeah.
Which is fun to watch for us, for sure. I mean, this has been a fun game so far to watch, but it's not going to be the most effective once it gets to the late game. Magebane's in a lot of trouble, does get the blink out. Plague has another nuke as well as her ultimate. She wants to use it, trying to fight as Magebane. It's going to be close. One more auto attack, another stun does come out. There's the ultimate from Magebane, but no, gets one more auto attack in time. XSF will fall, but Plague Rider might be in a lot of trouble. Can she pour it out right away? She's going to have to do it right now. The the actual cooldown is going to be out. Chain reaction stun does hit. So good job by Mr. Ghost. Shuyu picks up the final last hit for that, but does it really matter? I don't think so. XSF is the one that finally falls. Actually, in the meantime, Style able to take out Wang Wang here in the mid lane on who's playing Bubbles actually. Yeah. So action all around, but nonetheless, Q Squad in a very, very good position.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this honestly, to say for a team like ORGE Esports, I never thought I would say something like this, but this feels like this is a first or second round matchup in a huge tournament where it's just one team clearly is just more experienced and better than the other team, and it's as if ORGE Esports, they went into this game, like you were saying, as if with a very odd mindset. So it's just not what you would expect. But anyways, we've been over that, so I guess let bygones be bygones. 10 minutes into the game, though, they still have a hero kill lead. They have a 6-5 hero kill lead, but yeah, as we keep going back to, that's only one stat of many, and definitely not in the lead despite that. Pebbles in the meantime getting caught here, but he turns around into Magnus with some assistance. He's going to use a regen rune right there, and a nice stun from Aluna coming out, just barely enough regen to stay alive. The Plague Rider ultimate coming out. Show Surf will it snipe? No, it will not. Nice sidestep there by Pebbles. Plague Rider trying to finish up Bubbles. The last bounce wasn't to be, though, and Bubbles will survive. So, and also I've been looking at Pharaoh every now and then. He's just sitting here in the jungle. He's been sitting here in the jungle for a good 2 or 3 minutes, it seems like, just leeching any type of experience he can get. He's still level 5, though, despite that. But yeah, Dark Lady, literally free farm, has now surpassed 400 gold per minute. And how close is she to a Rune Cleaver? I don't. Does she even? She probably has the first broadsword, actually, I would think so. With the Ghost March Sustainer, and she probably just needs one more broadsword now at this rate, I would think so.
Yeah, Dark Lady is basically, what was her CS? Let me just double check that. 82 CS, so basically 80 CS in almost 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. She's going to have her Rune Cleaver here very, very soon. I agree with you. I haven't seen her actually purchase, but she also does have her Ghost Marchers finished, so that might be why. But actually in the bottom lane, the Striders are actually active on both Magnus and Torturer. The Sentry Ward, actually the Ward of Revelation coming out, they do know that the Q Squad has a ward right here. They're trying to counter right now. Are they going to see some aggression, though? I think actually Pebbles is trying to toss in. He does get a toss on to Magnus. Magnus disjoints it a little bit, at least initially. He does get actually this Lava Surge away. He will be fine, but lots of action here in this bottom room. There's the hook actually from Pharaoh. He gets the Wrath of the Pharaoh on the Glacius. Glacius in a lot of trouble, but there's the power shot from Aluna. The red snipe doing so much work there. Actually, QsQ does go down. Here's Darkly trying to charge in with the charging strikes, but not going to be able to find anybody. Yeah, ultimately I think it's a good exchange there for Q Squad. They do take out the bubbles in exchange for Glacius, who's only level 3.
Yeah, wow, Bubbles. Oh, I was like, Bubbles is level 3? Okay, Glacius is level 3. I had to look at that and double tick that. Bubbles is level 7. But yeah, that exchange, of course, very worth it there for QsQ357. I took a quick glance as well back to the top lane. And again, it's really the same story. I mean, XXF, great player, but even the greatest of the players, I mean, you can't win this matchup. You can't farm as a mage main versus a Plague Rider as in a true 1 versus 1. There really hasn't been anyone else up here to disturb that. And mage main, just his farm is definitely showing as a result of that. He will pick up the haste, he also mana burns Pebbles a little bit right there, so prevents him from doing any of his abilities at least. But Plague Rider's just farming away at the top side in the meantime. And Dark Lady did just purchase a broadsword. Again, I don't know if that's the second one or the first one at this time, so we'll keep it close. Again, with the farm that she's having, I wouldn't be surprised to see that be the second broadsword, so the Rune Cleaver soon to be delivered to her. Pharaoh had that nice hook there, setting up the kill on a Glacius. We'll see if he looks to use that again. Now being off quota. Nice gank on a Pebbles in the meantime, and actually they're going to go for Magnus. Misses the stun. Will it matter in the end? No, it will not, as actually Bubbles gets some revenge right there and takes out SQY on Glacius. So good job. At least they catch Pebbles and Glacius doing the Ancients right there.
Dark Lady trying to man up on WTF down here on Pharaoh, but Pharaoh's just simply a little bit too tanky for her to take out right now. I suspect that she actually does not have a Rune Cleaver because I don't see it coming on the chicken or the courier right now. So, but nonetheless, still farming amazingly. Has those Ghost Marchers up, so she's going to have Ghost Marchers and the Rune Cleaver by about the 14-minute mark, which is just fine, 14, 15 minute. So that's more than fine actually in this game. She's the top level, top farmer. Some good pickup kills there by the Ancients. They did put up a ward there, so they were able to spot out Ancients being taken by Pebbles and Glacius. Pebbles was really, he was just so low, he shouldn't have even really been doing them in the first place. Got a little bit greedy, and nonetheless, Orange was able to capitalize and take a kill out of it. If I told you that this game was 8 to 9 hero kills in favor of Orange Esports, I don't think that you would believe me.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Seeing how
I still don't believe you, even though I see it in front of me.
Yeah.
I just do not. Oh, nice kill for the initiation, actually. Can they follow this up? Magnus trying to pick his son. He Wilson the Plague Rider. Oh, the arrow! Oh, the hook is completely missed! It was in-your-face hook, and WTF somehow managed to miss it. They do get the kill on a Plague Rider, so in the end, I mean, a kill happens, but the tower did go down in favor of the Legion team on top of that. So, man, that could have been so much better, it seems like, for ORGE Esports, especially with the start that they had. A great kill flip from Bubbles to jump in, but it just didn't all come together, unfortunately. So, again, at least they got the kill, but they did lose the tower in the process. And Dark Lady does continue to farm the bottom lane while that was happening, and now she is a matter of a creep kill away from finishing her Rune Cleaver here. So she's going to have about a 15 or 15.5 minute Rune Cleaver, and then, of course, her farm, as if it isn't good enough already, it'll start taking off even that much more. So ORGE Esports, you know, Mage Bane, I will say, he kind of has recovered a little bit. He's at 245 gold per minute.
Bottom.
Ooh, yeah, bottom lane. They are going to jump Dark Lady. And Dark Lady will fall right there. She did purchase the broadsword before, so she has the Rune Cleaver at least. But there you go. Good jump, and that's what they need to have happen if you're ORGE Esports. So. Yeah,
they had the Invis rune up on Bubbles, and definitely helped a lot. And, yeah, I mean, this Magnus and Torture, they do have their levels, so their spells are doing a lot of damage, able to roam around a little bit, and actually they've closed the experience gap a little bit. I suppose the gold lead is still heavily in favor for QsQ at this time. Really good job by Nox to be able to purchase that Rune Cleaver right before she died. Had she not had that, she would have been bounced down to about 900 gold or so, maybe 1,000 gold, and it would delay that Rune Cleaver just a little bit more. So very, very needed kill, but nonetheless, good play by Nox to purchase that.
Yeah, again, as soon as he resurrects right here, of course he will deliver that Rune Cleaver, and in fact, there we go. So yeah, about really now a 16-minute Rune Cleaver as a result of the death right there, but I'm taking a look at the jungle now, and at least there's a couple stacks that, in fact, a couple that were just being stacked right there by Aluna, so good job. And Mage Bane will, or excuse me, Dark Lady will gladly go over there as soon as possible and start cleaning those May for the triple stack, as she is still going to push the bottom lane a little bit, and the tower is actually somewhat low here, so they're probably going to go for the tower kill first, and from the looks of it on the mini-map, there's going to be zero disturbance at this bottom lane, so should be a free tower kill for Nox right here on this Dark Lady, really just for the QsQ team as a whole, as there we go. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, initiation on a Pebbles, actually the Wrath of the Pharaoh catches him, putting him in the mummy walls, but Magnus gets chucked back, Contagion Nuke in the air while he was getting chucked, adding insult to injury, gets the kill, and Pebbles survives. So very good turnaround right there from QsQ, as Bubbles actually ports in. He does have a haste rune, but definitely not going to set up any kills. So Dark Lady is continuing to push this bottom lane in the meantime, so the Hellborn team does need to be somewhat weary of that.
Yeah, Pebbles is getting really man-up mode right now. He still has enough money for his portal key. I'm just like, just buy it, go back, heal, buy it, go get some more kills, but still wants to stay here and get as much farm as he can before actually going back to the well. Going to take out a triple stack easy camp right there. Maybe it was a double stack, I couldn't really tell. But, yeah, Dark Lady just purchased a Rune Cleaver, taking out some triple stacks, even some more double stack there also in the hard camp. Bound Die picked up onto Glacius, so good job from the supporting cast, specifically Glacius, well, and Luna too, for stacking this jungle, making all that gold available for Dark Lady right when she got the Rune Cleaver, and that definitely helps. She just bought it, you know, less than 2 minutes ago, and already at about 1,500, 1,600 gold, so that really, really helps. Portal Key, as I said, is now up onto Pebbles. 17 minutes, not the earliest, but it's also not the worst by any means. He's sitting at 325 gold per minute, and he's going to have a field day, I feel like, with pretty much every single one of these heroes if he gets proper initiation.
I apologize if you said this, but did you mention that he has a Soul Scream ring?
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Okay.
So Energizer.
Yeah, that has to. There's no other reason to pick up a Soul Scream ring on a hero like Pebbles, especially, other than Energizer possibilities. So that's cool to see. And he does actually pick up one of the Pretender's crowns, so I believe you need 2 of those, and then the pattern as well to finish it. So that's going to be another useful tool here, I'm sure, for QsQ357 that they'll gladly use. And speaking of useful tools, that portal key may be used very shortly here because Mage Bane farming away at the tower. Oh, there's the quick blink, though, from Mage Bane. Now, I think that happened to be coincidence, but it looked pretty damn cool. Pebbles, in the meantime, going to get cut out here. He did a good job strafing, avoiding the kill field, actually, but he is caught in the mummy wall. The Pharaoh ultimate comes out. A nice Magnus up with the Plague is bouncing around, actually. The creep wave is here, though, and that is absorbing a lot of the damage, so that is good news. Pharaoh barely stays alive, and now Plague Rider trying to get away. The Shell Serve, nice sidestep on that. Torturer will land the chain reactions on Glacius and pick up the gun, as well as destroying the Bound Eye even. So that's good news as well. Bubbles trying to finish off Plague Rider. He got blocked a little bit right there. He does have the Shell Serve in 3 seconds. Is Plague Rider going to escape? Bubbles going for the kill. Shell Serve, Shell Serve, Shell Serve. Oh, the Dark Blades come out, and Bubbles will fall as a result. Bubbles probably should have just gone out of there rather than going for the kill. He went for the kill, though, it looked like, and, well, that cost him his life, and he didn't even get it. So I guess in the end, I mean, I think QsQ came out on top, but it's actually a solid fight there from ORGE Esports from what I saw at least.
Well, Dark Lady is living in these fights and getting massive amounts of farm, so it's still definitely favoring QsQ. But,
yeah.
I mean, this is what I wanted to talk about is ORGE Esports, just look in these fights. They play the fights really, really well. They're, like, as far as their personal management of their own hero and the way that they micro and just click. And actually, a kill, I missed that as SQY with help from Style takes out XXF, playing that mage bane. So not a kill that you want to give up if you're orange. But, yeah, like I was saying, though, as far as the personal skill on this, and then another, I can't even speak, I'm sorry, but Nox takes out a solo kill onto Magmus. He might be in a little bit of trouble. The ultimate is up now. There's the Wrath of the Pharaoh from Pharaoh, actually. He's taking a little bit of mana burn as well. He's going to be a lot of trouble. Bubbles already used that Kelp Field. He doesn't have that available. Oh no, a couple more auto attacks, but the Cursed Shield actually coming out from Plague is mitigating a lot of damage. There's the final actually hit there from Bubbles with that Shell Surf. Plague in a lot of trouble as well. There's the Mummies. He's taking a lot of damage. Pharaoh will go down one more auto attack. Plague is having one more auto attack as well. He does get the kill. Luna keeping his stand right here. He's going to be in a little bit of trouble. He's trying to get away. There's a Shell Surf. It's going to hit. Manning up on this Luna is, here's this Wang Wang. He does get the kill, so a hat trick coming out for Wang Wang. What a crazy exchange right there.
This game, I don't know. I mean, it's the start that happened, it just seemed like ORGE Esports was so odd, and it just was falling apart from the beginning. But they were keeping up on the kills, and that is still happening. So
yeah.
It's 16-14 hero kill advantage still remaining of ORGE Esports Malaysia. And as odd a farm Magebane has, it is recovering again. It is starting to go up and up a little bit more and more. Obviously, that death did slow him down, but he is, I believe he has one broadsword. I would think he has one broadsword by now. I mean, again, his farm has been going up, but he's been sitting on the same items, it seems like. Maybe he upgraded the Steam Bits and I missed that. But anyways, he's on his way to hopefully that Rune Cleaver, but still, ORGE Esports no doubt is behind, but they're showing that they have a team that can get some kills. And you're right. I mean, the individual skill of these players and their micromanagement and everything, it definitely is impressive, and it does show. You know, even being behind at some places, that they can make some plays happen. So, you know, good for them, and they're definitely making this game very interesting. What looked like it could have been more of a one-sided victory for QsQ, honestly, from the beginning. So we no doubt have a very, very interesting game here, but I will say, you know, not to get too ahead of ourselves, Dark Lady, she's got an Abyssal Skull. She already has a quick play picked up since then as well. And she even has another 600 gold saved up. Energizer finished on Pebbles even. He's also level 11 with a double damage rune bottled up, actually. So, bottom lane, Dark Lady will jump in on a Pharaoh, get the kill on him, and it's a 1 versus 2, but he doesn't care. Bubbles now has some trouble. The Dark Blades are activated, but Bubbles just a little bit too fast. In comes Magma and Nox may have overstayed his welcome here in the meantime. Could use his ultimate, but then, Shuyu canceled his eruption. I don't think anything canceled that, but anyways, they get the kill. That's what matters. Top tower will go down, but they got the kill on Dark Lady.
That was a really silly initiation, honestly, by Nox. He didn't need to keep going. He was rushing into the tower. That was just kind of a bad decision by him. But nonetheless, they do get a kill on him. QsQ able to rectify that problem just a little bit by getting, or at least make that problem okay, getting the tower kill out of the top lane. So furthering their gold lead overall. But the experience gap has actually kind of closed just a little bit, 1,500 in favor of QsQ. But yeah, I wanted to finally mention before, I mean, this game has been so action-packed. We're at 32 total kills in 22 minutes. That's insane.
That is.
So it's very, very action-packed right now. Another tower kill, furthering the gold lead, almost 10K for QsQ, looking pretty good in that regard. Some action here onto Pharaoh. Pebbles jumps in, going to get a very, very easy kill onto WTF. Unfortunately, WTF will go down. He is now 0-4. So it had a little bit of impact this game. Magebane blinking in aggressively. Does finally have that Rune Cleaver. Very, very late Rune Cleaver. Still has that Trinket of Restoration. That is just the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Got regen, yo.
I actually used to see a long time ago Magebanes. Well, actually, way back in Dota, Anti-Mage, a weird build. It was quite standard for a long time, where they'd go first item, Astrolabe, or Mechanism back in Dota. And that was just really interesting to see. I don't know if we're going to see that game. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, kind of an interesting little trinket pickup right there from XXF.
Well, and again, like I was saying, I've also seen the case of where you buy it just for even a couple of seconds that applies regen, and then you sell it for full price. I mean, that's what I thought he was going to do, but no, he ended up keeping it. So, and I don't know, maybe that was the idea, and he just realized that he sold it too late, and you might as well keep it. I don't know, but anyways, he has it, but he does have the Rune Cleaver. As late as it is, it's better late than never, really. So again, some okay news there for ORGE Esports Malaysia, but that double tower push and then the eventual initial kill into Pharaoh. That was huge for Q Squad, as that goal lead has really jumped up now to about 10,000. The experience lead, you know, it's a lead, but it's not taking off, and obviously a lot of that has to do with the fact that they are grouping up a little bit and making some pushes happen and picking up some player kills. So, you know, that's where it's like a case of that makes sense why it's maybe not as big of a lead, but still a lead nonetheless. Firebrand finished on Nox in this Dark Lady. She's going to go clear yet another triple stack creep right here. So, again, you really, I think it's safe to say the support, whether it's Glacius or Luna, both deserving credit, really. Male and SQY here in this case, of stacking those camps and making sure Dark Lady's getting fine. Look at this bottom lane. Magebane's farming, but Pharaoh, Torture, and Bubbles are all right next to it, waiting for somebody to jump Magebane. It ain't going to happen, though. But instead, they're going to go over to what is a double-stacked Ancient, it looks like. And Magebane will gladly pick up the kill on that. And it looks like he's actually going for Helm of the Black Legion as his next enemy. He picks up a Beast Heart, so what do you make of that?
I think it's fine. I think he just wants to be a little bit more tanky. I really hope if he does do that, he needs to pick up a Mystic Vestments, because there's a lot of magic damage coming out from this Legion squad. Yes, Dark Lady is going to be a problem ultimately, but if you're not able to even withstand Dark Lady before you get the jump from Pebbles, the massive damage from the Plague Goo, even the power snipe from a Luna, and then all that magic damage coming out from Glacius, that's all magic damage coming out. And I really hope that he picks up investments. Alongside with the rest of his team, Bubbles actually has one. He's the only one. No, I'm sorry, Pharaoh has one as well. So I really hope that this squad, this Hellborn team, does pick up some more Mystic Vestments, as it's going to mitigate a lot of damage coming out from Q Squad.
Yeah, and of course this is definitely down the line, but especially you're like Pharaoh, you would think a barrier auto would be huge for this Hellborn team. But definitely down the line, as I said. Middle lane, we have some possible 5 versus 5 action going to be coming at you. The Legion team, they are pushing up a little bit. Level 17 Dark Lady, by the way. And we're only 26 minutes into the game, so yeah, Nox is definitely dominating in that sense, as well as our Gold Farmer course, which is now up to 468 and counting. But you keep looking back at Magebane, XXF. He is constantly jumping up and up himself. So, and he has closing the gap, no doubt. So that is definitely scary news there for Q Squad, and always wanting to keep that in mind. Of course, on the side that they can exactly see, but take a look at the items, and they'll probably notice. Mr. Ghost is going to catch SQY right here. The Impalement's activated. The Agonizing Bonds, and the Impalement will finish him off. Bubbles in the meantime in the background, putting a nice silence out, actually prevented the portal keys, and the portal key uses, but it misses the Stalagmites by Style right there on Pebbles, and now Pebbles in a lot of trouble. Great hook by WTF coming out, locking down Pebbles, and Pebbles will fall. He gets chucked actually to teammates, and the Mommy Walker by that Blank is going to bounce around. It bounces over the crease, so Russian coming out, and Blank on a fall. Pharaoh stays alive. Magebane, Pharaoh goes down. Magebane will get picked off though, and now Dark Lady is here for cleanup crew. Down goes Magnus. Bubbles is very likely going to fall, and it ends up being a hat trick for Nox right there. When it's all said and done, I don't know. I mean, that seemed like it was a poor play by Pebbles, but in the end, I guess that worked out very well for Q Squad.
Cleanup crew on Isle Bottom River. But yeah, that was, I mean, Dark Lady's dishing out way too much damage. That was the funniest toss, by the way. That was just,
it's like, here, trap my teammates.
Take him. Yeah. No, that was really funny. The Plague Goo did so much damage. The Magnus Eruption did so much damage. But in the end, Nox able to clean up. Now jumped up to 530 gold per minute. He is carrying this game right now. He is doing so much damage. Yeah. But not to mention all the magic spells and supporting casts, helping them out a lot. I just think Orange is in too big of a hole right now to come back from this. XXF, he did go with the Helm of the Black Legion pickup to make himself a little bit more tanky, but it's going to slow down his farming. And when you're trying to, when you have your farm slowed down against someone like a Dark Lady who's already got this massive amount of farm, you're never going to outcarry here, in my opinion. Yeah. They do have good team fight, and that was a good pick-off initially by Torturer, and a very great sidestep, I got to say, from Mr. Ghost. I really feel like that was more on the side of good dodge by him than a bad initiation from Style. Yeah. So, but it was a very fun team fight to watch, I'll give you that.
Yeah, as this game has been. I mean, again, we keep going back to that. Maybe
41 kills.
Hasn't been we've definitely had some head-scratching moments, but 41 kills, as you said, now 28 minutes into this game. With only a 1-kill difference. It's not like it's stacked on one side. I mean, it's a 1-kill difference, 41 in total. So, yeah, 21-20, of course, in favor of Orange Esports Malaysia. Bubbles has a portal key. I want to say he said that for a little bit. I don't know. Maybe that just got delivered. I'm not exactly sure. But anyways, he has a portal key nonetheless, so that's good. Of course, Magnus also with a portal key, as we saw in that last fight even. Magebane is continuing to farm away, and they are doing a decent job themselves of also stacking the camps, as we talked about earlier. So, good for them. Dark Lady is pushing the top lane by herself, though, in the meantime. She does have her Frostburn finish, and I believe she purchased something else. It is being delivered, and it's going to be a Shrunken Head. Not just yet. She will have the 2 items, but she still knows the pattern. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Pebbles getting caught out here, actually. Wrath of the Pharaoh comes in to guarantee the kill right there. And another good pick from ORGE Esports Malaysia, and they are near Kongor. I wonder if that's a possibility, but there is a warded site here placed by SQY, and they would definitely spot it. So they're not going to go for Kongor, instead they're going to just spread back out once again and continue to farm. So, hey, as long as they have their base towers, really, especially the racks, I mean, we still got a game here as far as I'm sure ORGE Esports is concerned. I'm sure they're kind of thinking something similar, but that Dark Lady, as we saw that last fight, and it's just going to get deadlier and deadlier. Hey, she has a double damage room, by the way, so
yeah,
watch out.
Probably going to push this mid tower. She's going to do immense amount of damage to it, or they're going to play a little bit safe and then maybe try to just snipe out some neutral creeps and then expand their farm in the enemy jungle, making it very, very difficult. Actually, he's going to probably pursue this Mage Bane. Mage Bane blinks actually the correct way. I don't even think that was intended, though. The freeze comes out, actually. The Dark Blades, I believe, are on cooldown still from Dark Lady, so had they not been, I feel like that would have been a very, very easy kill on Mage Bane with that double damage on. Plague actually is in a lot of trouble. There's all the spells. There's the stun from Magnus. Actually, I'll let you take over here, Breaky.
Yeah, is he going to get a turn on the ultimate, though? That's a big question. Pebbles will jump in, and yes, he is. Plague will fall, but they got the kills in the end. Darkin now tearing up Mage Bane, who also got a couple kills himself in the background, as well as Pharaoh, but it is a 2 versus 2, and this is definitely in the favor of Q Squad. They drop Pharaoh right there. Double tap coming up for Nox, and Mage Bane smartly got out of there when he did. There was no way they were going to be able to win that fight when it came down to that 2 versus 2, so good job in the end by Q Squad, specifically Pebbles and Dark Lady. So kind of one of those cases of 2 fights going on at once, where both teams kind of had their chances, but again, in the end, the matchup definitely favored Q Squad, and now they're going to push that tower that they came for in the first place. So more good news for them. And Shrunken Head has been finished. It's just about to be delivered right here to Dark Lady. And there we go. She now has a Shrunken Head and another 1,500 gold already saved up. So I know. By all means, I mean, ORGE, as they should, sticking in this game. They're down 1-0 in the series. This is an elimination game. If you lose here, you're done with the redemption tournament. But yeah, it's grim, man. That Dark Lady is just becoming so powerful. And again, we talk a lot about her, but really, it's the team effort too. I mean, Plague got his blind, some nice ultimates himself. He's applying that armor constantly. You talk about that, the Curse of Shield being passed around, and then of course Pebbles doing his part as well. The Energizer, I'm sure it's had its use. He's got his burst damage coming out, and the Soul's Bulwark doesn't hurt either. So
yeah, and one thing to note too is it's not so much maybe the farm on the heroes that gives you the indication that you're massively in the lead, but look at the towers. ORGE Esports does not have a single tower down.
Wow. And
more so than the fact that they're going to have that they're not going to be able to use that gold from killing those towers. It's just the map control aspect of it. Yeah. Every single outer tower is down for Q Squad. Whereas when you look at ORGE, like I just said, they don't have a single one. And now Kongor is actually being attempted here by Q Squad. They actually don't have any vision coming out from ORGE, and she's going to be able to pretty much just solo this. Well, no, they actually will have some assistance from both Pebbles and Plague Rider. But yeah, I don't think ORGE Esports has an idea. I think even if they did, they would not be able to take a fight now with that newly purchased Shrunken Head up on Dark Lady.
Yeah, it's a case of you just kind of have to watch and almost cry a little bit, because there's just nothing you can do here. If you're ORGE Esports Malaysia, it's really just not worth initiating a fight. If you do, you're very likely going to lose anyway. So you do have Mage. What is Mage Bane doing? Did they not know that they were doing Kongor? He is going to get caught right here. Magnus actually stuns him. Mage Bane will end up falling. I guess they didn't know that they were doing it. I guess they just simply had no clue. Magnus is also going to get picked off here. Ends up being a double tap for Dark Lady. That is the only explanation. Maybe they just had absolutely there's no reason for Mage Bane to have been there if they knew that that was happening. So I guess they did not. Q Squad completely takes advantage of that. They're going to now push a little bit, and they may end up falling back to finish Kongor. He is very low, but looks like they are not going to do that. They think they're undecided. They're not sure what they want to do yet. Dark Lady will clean up the creep wave, but yeah, here we go. They're going to go finish off Kongor now and be done with it. But the game wasn't over already. I think that may have well, really screwed things.
You mentioned was it Token of Life was just killed, by the way. What? Male just killed the Token of Life.
Hope on X. Maybe it was on purpose. I don't know.
He just attacked it and killed it.
Oops. Well, he killed Kongor too, so. Well,
anyway,
they get the gold.
Awkward moment is awkward.
They get the gold, so there's a benefit. Yeah. Oops.
All right.
I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt and say that was a complete misclick. I hope that wasn't on purpose, because that would be kind of a little bit of a bad-mannered move. But
do we have Britney Spears' "Oops, I Did It Again"?
Yeah.
On Q, we play that. Right?
Yeah, got that. Get up.
No, but I was going to say with the Mage Bane being in the mid lane there, you mentioned had they known that Kongor was being attempted, there was no reason. I feel like there was no reason, regardless, for him to be up there. No one on the Legion squad was really on the map at all, and he was pushed up pretty far, considering they have, like I said, all towers available And it's, again, not the biggest deal as far as like not being able to have that gold available by killing tower. It's just the map control, having the ability to port, much further around the map than you can, if you're Orange Esports, if you're on their team. Like you can't port anywhere except for the base towers inside your base. So they're pretty much pinned inside their base at this moment, and there's really nothing that they can do.
Now look at this, Dark Lady, and I want to say Nox was the one that also did this last time. We did see a Dark Lady purchase a Brutalizer. I think that was against Draconis. It was Nox for Q Squad against Dendy's Jungle Devos in their previous matchup to get here, which they ended up winning the series, of course. But they lost that game when it was a farm Draconis that they were going up against. Yeah. But you talked about how if you're going to be going up against a Shrunken Head carry, actually a Brutalizer can make sense. It's a pretty solid item choice. Now here, they're not necessarily going up a Shrunken Head at least yet, but she's farmed up the wahoo. So, going a Brutalizer at this point, I guess is really just kind of a luxury thing.
Yeah, I think it's fine. She's maxed out right now, basically. Yeah. Unless she decides to sell her Abyssal Skull and have maybe one of the supports pick it up for her, then she'd go for another, high-tier item. But, she's basically maxed out right now. And the Brutalizer, the Bash, is still very, very effective against... it's actually a very underrated item, in my opinion. It still gives some stats, and it's a relatively cheap item. And it actually procs a lot more than you would think it would.
Yeah.
So,
well, when you attack so fast like you do on
25% chance.
Dark Lady. Especially with the charging strikes, I would think so. So they are going to push this top lane. Now, of course, Aluna got picked up at the bottom side, but distraction accomplished. It allowed them to just freely push the top side. We do have Magma stunning it right here. Great eruption. Look at the killing Glaciers. Pebbles down a lot of trouble as well. He's going to be pushed out, though, because of the tablet command. And look at Dark Lady, the level 24 Dark Lady in the background. The Plague is passing around. The Mana Rift will destroy Pebbles, but in comes Dark Lady. A Mage Bane now just running for his life. Magma's going to stun, stalling Dark Lady, and they will just clean up the melee racks when it's all said and done. Mally did buy back on Aluna, by the way, and she has now joined the party. So the ranged racks, of course, going to fall shortly after. It is right now a 3 versus 3, but again, just the Legion team, as long as it's Dark Lady, one of those 3, you make it on that fight. She finally activates her Shrunken Head, actually. She didn't even use it that whole fight, but doesn't even make use of it, really, so kind of interesting. But going to go down to the middle tower and look to clean up that as much as possible. Probably not going to happen, though. Just will fall back and be happy with the top tower push. But a level 24 Dark Lady, that's 5 levels higher than anyone on the Hellborn team right now. Anyone in the game, actually. As well as 656 gold per minute. You can only say so many times how powerful she actually is, so...
Yeah, I know, and she really can't get any more items. Like I mentioned, she's pretty much maxed out. Maybe could just keep rebuying that Shrunken Head, but it's relatively new Shrunken Head. That was actually, like you mentioned, the first Shrunken Head charge, so she still has 9 seconds left on the next one. The only thing I could say is maybe sell the Abyssal Skull, have someone else pick it up, sell your Rune Cleaver, maybe pick up something else like that, and yeah, she just dishes out
4 shots.
So much
4
damage.
hits in the matter of like 2 seconds, if that.
Yeah.
And he's dead.
Yep, that's a Dark Lady for you with 666 GPM.
Heyo, that's dangerous. Yeah, Orange Esports Malaysia. They're down 1 game to nothing. Like I said, this is an elimination game for them, and I'm sure they're not feeling too good right now because they really are on the brink of perhaps being eliminated here from the DreamHoN Redemption Tournament. But it's at the opposite side of the spectrum. You got Q Squad, man. Talk about just being so impressive lately. They are earning this victory here that they're possibly going to be picking up, and very deserving to be one of the 4 teams remaining here in the Redemption Tournament. Again, it's not official just yet, but it's definitely on its way. Middle tower is going to go down right there. This could very likely be a final push incoming now of this game. The racks is dropping, and Orange Esports is doing absolutely nothing about it right now. It's a case of you got to do something. I know it's not good, but got to make something happen. There goes the invulnerability. Perhaps some jumping going to happen. We do have bubbles jumping in the background. The couple hits absolutely nothing. That's not a good start. Darker will come in. She tears up Magnus right there. Tears up Pharaoh in the background. We do have Torture and Mage Brain trying to do some work. Bubbles just running for his life. He's going to get jumped on by Dark Lady eventually. Oh, he portal keys away, actually. Dark Lady don't care, though. He's going to go in the base, but will fall back. Concevos are happening. GG well plays are being called. The both port out happens. And there we go. It is absolutely official now. QsQ357 is moving on to the 3rd round here, the losers bracket, and they will be matched up against TT Esports tomorrow. Yeah. As a result of that. So congratulations to them. Again, a team that's been so impressive lately. They've been practicing, scrimmaging. It has been paying off clearly. And they are now one of 3 teams left even that even has a chance to qualify for DreamHack Winter 2012 here in this event. So
yeah,
I'm sure they're feeling good right now.
And those 3 teams being now Trademark Esports, TT Esports, and now, of course, QsQ winning today. And if you look at the brackets, like we said, TT Esports taking on QsQ357, who just won today. That's tomorrow. The winner of that will go to face the loser of Complexity versus Trademark in the loser bracket finals. So we got some very, very good games, and I really do feel like the 4 best teams that are still in it are the 4 best teams right now.
Yeah.
And it's looking really, really exciting. Unfortunately, ORGE Esports, they will not be able to qualify in this tournament. But QsQ looking really good, continuing to scrim, continuing to impress me specifically, and probably you and the rest of the viewers out there. And it's just great to see another top-tier team. Honestly, I really do categorize them as a top-tier team right now.
Oh, with their success, especially in this event, and again, like I said, even they were a newer team and still a little bit shaky in the DreamHoN Summer Championships, they still qualified for the top 8.
Yeah.
I mean, even right off the bat there. So here they are, a top 4 team here in the Redemption Tournament, again, very deserving. So just to reiterate what you're saying there, tomorrow, TT Esports versus QsQ357. That match will be taking place to see who will move on to the losers bracket finals, and again, one step closer to that ultimate prize of the invite, and on top of that, of course, the prize pool, some prize money. So that'll be happening. Of course, Complexity versus Trademark Esports. They're in the winners bracket final. So tomorrow we're going with TT Esports QsQ. Friday is off, actually. There are no matches on Friday, but then Saturday is a double-header day to make up for that. Saturday, it will be starting off with Complexity versus Trademark, the earlier match, followed by the winner of tomorrow versus the loser of that matchup. And then, of course, on Sunday,
Grand Finals
is Championship Sunday. Grand Finals, best out of 5, straight up. There's no penalty. It will be a best out of 5, whether you come from the losers bracket or the winners bracket. So, man, oh man, Trout, we are now down to 4 teams officially here for the DreamHoN Redemption Tournament. And only one of them, of course, going to win winning it all. Again, only one of the 3 going to earn that spot. It's Complexity. He's already earned their spot. So, but you said it, though. The biggest statement they made right there, I 100% agree. Right now, these truly are the top 4 teams in HON right now, I think, and safe to say, with the way that they're playing, very deserving. So can't wait to see how things finish off, starting with tomorrow, of course, Trev.
Yeah, tomorrow. Make sure to tune in for that, guys. The same exact time. Let me just do this myself so I can see if I can get this right. It is at 12 or noon. 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, 21 Central European time. Did I get it right?
Yes, you did.
Booyah. All right, now, guys, as I mentioned earlier on the cast today, we're doing these giveaways. Today is another 500 gold coin giveaway for the question of who is going to win today's matchup, ORGE Esports versus QsQ, and to why. You had to give me a reason why, and I actually did choose a winner, and of course it is somebody that chose QsQ as the winner, and if we can bring that up, it's actually Mads Borum, and he said, I believe QsQ will take the series because of their dominant drafting compared to ORGE Esports. The game just needs to go to late game, and I agree with him. I really think that QsQ has been drafting more of those carry style lineups similar to Complexity and doing it very consistently and doing it well, and that is the reason why I chose him as the winner of the 500 gold coin. So I will be in contact with you. So guys, keep staying in tune. We will keep doing these giveaways. I don't know if we'll do them every single day, but nonetheless, make sure to tune in and follow us at Twitter. I'm at DreamHoN. This is at BreakyCPK, and make sure to follow us, guys, for more gold coin giveaways.
And on top of that, something else I definitely want to start doing as well is, giving shout-outs to people that do tweet us, with some useful information or just want to bring up some good points, like this one right here. Slacku here, actually, of course, tweeted myself and yourself even. He wanted us to mention that Cats Gaming actually qualified for the DreamHoN for the DreamHack Winter 2012 event. And so, on that note, Cats Gaming is officially the 2nd team to qualify for DreamHack Winter 2012 with their CIS victory. Of course, that's the Russian region over there. So Cats Gaming, out of the CIS region, they took the victory. They believe I got a $10,000 prize pool as well as that invite to DreamHack Winter 2012. So really looking forward to seeing, of course, what they can eventually do at the DreamHack event. Will they turn some heads? We'll have to wait and see. But definitely, again, a big shout-out to Slacko there for bringing that up to point that out. So definitely follow those Twitters, guys, and we're definitely keep in touch with you guys. It's our way to communicate with you, really, in the end. So on that note, I believe we are pretty much wrapped up for today. Any final words from you, Trump?
Just well played to QsQ. They really have been looking very solid lately.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to watch them tomorrow. Again, that's tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 21 Central European Time. And that's TT Esports taking on QsQ357 in the lower bracket, losers bracket, I should say. And then, again, Friday is off like you mentioned, but I'm also really looking forward to Complexity versus Trademark.
What a weekend.
That should be a very fun match as well. But, yeah, congratulations to Q Squad.
Tell your friends, tell your families. I want everyone tuning in to HoN here for this weekend because, again, it really is going to be an epic weekend of epic proportions. No matter which teams are competing, it's going to be a blast here. So definitely tune in starting tomorrow. We'll see you then with Q Squad versus TT Esports. Once again, I'm Breaky CPK. Joining me is Tralph Mador as always. And a big shout out to Killer Orange. And a big shout out to my family as well. It's fun seeing them again. So have a good night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.